we're going to be taking your image, which hopefully you remember to crop to 6 by 8. So this side is 6 inches, this side is 8 inches. And we're going to enlarge it to a 12 by 16 piece of paper. Now the standard piece of canvas here is actually 12 by 18. And so we have a little bit extra, which is great because you can test colors over here. You can use it to, check things out, practice marks, things like that. So on my bigger piece of paper, I'm going to enlarge it twice the size, and I'm going to make a grid so that I can more easily transfer this image onto the bigger canvas. So I have this one. I'm going to mark, keep it nice and straight along the edge of my canvas so I know that I have a nice straight line. Every 2 inches, I'm going to grid that one every 1 inch and this one, every 2. So I mark it, and then I do the same thing along every side because I want to measure twice and cut once. There we go. So I slide it around. And the cool thing about our yardsticks here is that they are also 2 inches wide. Ooh, so that makes things easier. And then this isn't, some of them might not be exactly straight because I don't know, this one appears to be nice. I did my best in cutting. And then when I cut, I'm sorry, not when I cut. When I measure it, I want the edge of my ruler to be flush against the edge of the paper because it's just like one more check to make sure that, I kind of feel it to make sure it's there, that as I'm going across, and I don't want to make it too dark of a line, but just whatever the line of my pencil is. So it's flush with the edge. I can see both tick marks. I go like a so. And then my last one is going to be my extra, just so I remember that as I come across. Same thing here. I know this part's exciting, isn't it? But it's going to help me. Oops. So what I'm ending up here is a 2-inch square, and then I'm going to put 1-inch squares on here so that I can double it. I also label them with numbers and letters because I feel like, where's that one? Oh, it's over here. Hello. It makes it easier to see. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then down the side I do letters. A, B, C, D, E, F. See, it looks a little messed up. And then here, just so I know it's the same, I do the same thing with 1-inch squares around him. That one's not quite right. All the way around. Like, yes, Miss Rosen, I know how to use a ruler. So what's the grid on my picture? What size?
1 by 1.
1 by 1, exactly. So I make these, and I don't know, these rulers, I don't like it when rulers have a little extra, because it's, at least it's see-through. So I find I like it when I can line it up with the edge of my paper, and then I know I get more of a straight line. And then I can take this, line up those little edges. And these I want to make sure I can see, because this is on my, this isn't like a final thing, so I don't have to worry about keeping my mark light. In fact, I want to go kind of dark in places. If you have a real dark image, oops, let's make sure that's straight. I can give you a white colored pencil too, because you want to make sure you can see these grid lines. Like so. See how these look a lot smaller when you go 1-inch square? Almost done. You guys are being nicely, oh, that one's bad. Nicely patient. Not that one. There we go. And then same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A, B, C, D, E, F. And this is going to help with the accuracy of my drawing. So now I don't have to try and guess where things line up. With the fruit painting, it didn't matter so much. But here, I want this to look like my dog, right? I want to look at this and be like, oh, that's Jackson. Oh, you know, that's how I want to feel. So I'm going to look at this and say, well, his ear is just a little bit above this edge. So I'm going to make tick marks to start, again, just like I did on the end there. And his ear is going to come out to here. And it looks like that little fold. And I kind of look, it's about 2/3 of the way over of this line. So I go here, and then this comes up about 2/3 of the way up that line. And then it kind of moves, but it really hits here the same. And then this comes up here. And then this angles this way. It actually crosses here. And then kind of comes across there. And it comes this way. Starts to angle up between 5 and 6. And then it touches right after 7. So as I look at this, I have, it's like I got this nice dotted line that's going to show me where they connect, so that when I get to here, it's going to look like his ear. So this comes here, this comes here, this comes down, and I just keep doing those little checks. And then I don't like here where even though it's not straight, I can look at this and say, all right, this kind of comes in and down. Comes in and down. And then under here, this tucks in, and then this little ear, this might be actually down a little further. But I can keep doing these checks with all these different little edges, so I know when I'm done the proportions are right, because we want this to be accurate, right? So your goal today is to get your 1-inch grid on here, and a 2-inch grid on here, and then start to draw it out. So you have today and tomorrow to draw it out. We're going to practice, tomorrow we're going to practice drawing an eye, since Ron Burns always started with an eye.
Can I take it?
No. And then we'll talk about painting. All right? Thank you.
Yeah.